here so that I've got that back up.
Okay, here, hold on. Let me go ahead
Yep,
and put
and
this
then just
on.
let me know when you're ready, and I'll start the encoder.
Okay. All right, I'm starting it now.
Okay.
We're good to go?
You are good to go.
All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome to our first ever episode of Trash Pandas. We are going to be talking about a couple of our favorite trashy TV shows and also trending TV shows. I am one of your hosts, Lauren.
And I am Lindsay.
And before we start anything, we want to say, spoiler alert, you will be hearing things that have aired already. So if you don't like that, then fuck off. All right, let's just get right into it. One of our favorite shows is 90 Day Fiancé, and right now they are airing 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 days. Lindsay, do you want to give us like a little bit of a...
Sure. So before the 90 days is where they are typically following an American who is traveling to their significant other's country to kind of either meet them for the first time, or some of them have met a couple times, but they're kind of trying to decide, you know, do we pursue the 90-day visa that they would need to come to America to get married?
Perfect. All right, so let's get right into our first couple. And I'm going to make this really easy because I hate this guy and I want to get it done and over with. But David and Lana, I don't remember where Lana is from. I think in Russia.
No, Ukraine.
Ukraine. Okay.
Yep.
And so David wants to meet this girl that he's been dating apparently for like 8 years or something.
7 years. Yeah. Has flown out 4 different times to try to meet her, but has been completely unsuccessful. She just doesn't show up. Even though he's in the Ukraine, she just doesn't show up. He's from Vegas, and he's like 6 years old, lives with his cats, got a toupee. We feel at first a little sorry for David until you realize, like, what are you doing? Like, I can only feel sorry for you for so long, but this girl clearly doesn't want to meet you.
And like, that's the thing, is that where she's from, like, whenever he goes there to meet her, everyone's like, yeah, sounds like our typical girls catfishing and scamming dudes. And he's just like, nope, that's not her, but I've come here 5 times already and she still doesn't want to meet me.
Yeah,
so
he's
he eventually hires
he's completely hanging on to this idea that she really loves him and that they're in a real relationship. And
it's so sad to watch because I feel so bad that he like is so set on having this girl and she's obviously not interested. And like, one of his best friends is married to a girl from the Ukraine, right?
Yes,
and she's like, this is a scam. And then he hires a fucking private, like a detective to find out who she is. And he's like, this is a scam. And he's like, you just don't know her. You're not listening to the information I'm giving you.
He was like, you're too negative. You just don't believe in it. We're like, dude, like, nobody believes in it. But so another thing to mention about David is that he was on this website that is specifically targets married men, or not married men, specifically targets American men to date a Ukrainian woman, and he pays for every single message that has been sent between the two. So over the course of 5 years, he's spent thousands and thousands of dollars just messaging her. Just
for him to fly out and never meet this fucking woman.
Well, in the last episode, it was so funny because he flew to Kiev, and the second time in one season, by the way, he flies to Kiev to go meet her, and she was like, yeah, I can't meet you Friday or Saturday because I have prior engagements. I have my nephew's hockey games to go to.
And he's like, you didn't know that before you had him book a ticket to come actually meet you?
He was like, well, I should be her priority. I'm like, there's your clue. Like,
clearly,
if she wanted to meet you, she would have met you. But he also does something what I think is like super creepy is his first trip out to Ukraine that we saw this season. He like tries to hunt her down.
Yeah,
And
he like rents a car and drives like 4 hours away to try and go to her house.
yeah, and he ends up going to like this super shady apartment building in Ukraine and going to the address that he thinks is hers because he supposedly sent things there to her one time and knocks on the door, and it's like this huge buildup, and this old guy answers the door and he's like, "Is Lana here?" And he's like, "No,
No.
dude, no, no, there's no Lana here." Like,
They have like 3 commercial breaks to get to
right.
that point.
They do. Oh my God. TLC is trying for this storyline so hard, and I am over it.
There are enough couples that I feel like they could totally be done with it. And I feel, okay, so there's another couple on there that's also going through the same thing, and they don't have as much screen time. And I think that story is way more interesting and way
Okay, so
more fun.
why don't we talk about that story?
Okay, so that is Yolanda and Williams. And
Williams.
Williams. And she, so it seems like her husband had passed away and she's finally getting herself back out there. And she meets this guy.
She like lost a ton of weight. So she's feeling real good and sassy about herself. And she looks great. She's super cute. Like I love her. And that's why I'm like, why are you so stupid? You like love her, but you want to like be like, wake up, dude.
Well, even her kids are like constantly on her being like, this guy is like not real. He's a catfish. Like, stop thinking that he's a real person. She buys a ticket to go and visit him. And it's like, he wants her to like fly into a place that's not even near where he said he lived.
Yeah. So let's talk about this. So Yolanda's from Vegas. She has 6 kids. She has 3 boys, 3 girls.
Keep him busy.
In the beginning, when they show them in their house in Las Vegas, they have like a really cute relationship. You can just all tell they adore their mom and vice versa. And then we find out her husband had passed away from kidney disease. He had also done some prison time. So that was interesting. But she found this guy on a guy on Instagram messaged her, and the guy is Williams, and he's supposedly from Manchester, England. He is like ripped, super ripped,
gorgeous,
and super amazing, like what you would think of like a male model. She has been talking to him for, did I write that down? Anyway, she's been talking to him for a while, and they have never video chatted because he always says,
red flag number 1.
Broken. My camera's broken. So they've never video chatted, but he wants her to come to England. And she says she's going to, her daughter's going to go with her. But when they ask like, hey, what airport should we fly into? He didn't even know the name of like the local airport that they should fly into. And when she calls him and he answers and you hear his voice, you're like, pretty sure I know what an English accent sounds like.
Right.
Does not sound like he's from England at all. Like, I don't know what the accent is, but it's pretty clear it's not an English accent. So poor Yolanda.
I feel so bad for her because like, okay, there was one point where he says that his Instagram was hacked because the name on it changes to someone else's name.
Yeah.
And she's like, she believes everything this guy says to
like
her.
Hook, line, and sinker. She just believes it. So
everything.
In this last episode, what we saw was her kids sit down and they want to do a reverse image search on his photos that he has posted on Instagram and what he has sent to her. So what that is if you guys don't know what a reverse image search is where you can take an image, you basically just drop it in the Google search bar and see what comes up. And what came up was a ton of websites have used this guy's photo.
It's like a stock photo.
Yeah, it's a stock photo, basically. And she's like, well, maybe it's just that photo. Let's try another photo. And of course, they try another photo, and what do you know? A bunch of websites show up. It's looks like another stock photo. And at the end of it, she's like, well, I just need to talk to him. Like, I need to figure it out myself.
Completely sad. It's like, what are you doing?
Well, what's so sad too is like for a woman like Yolanda, like she's so cute. She's so like seems to just have like a really genuine heart. I don't know from what we see on TLC, but it's like you can get a person that exists.
Yeah.
You know, don't have to.
Yeah, she's an attractive woman. She's successful. She has a lot going for her. And you can find somebody that is going to treat you right and not lie about who the fuck they are.
Right. Like let's not sell ourselves short. Like you have a lot going for you, girl. You got a lot going for you, Yolanda.
Get it, Yolanda. We love watching your mess, but
we're rooting for you, girl. See, I tend to disagree with you. I think Yolanda and what's his name from Las Vegas, David, are like so boring.
See, okay, the only reason why I thought it was interesting was just because of how much she's like so convinced, and her kids are like showing her all this proof. Where with like David, he had some proof, but it wasn't like reverse image searches and stuff like that. It's like they're literally sitting this woman down going, look, he is quite literally a fucking catfish. He is just trying to scam you. And she is so dead set on it being real. Yeah. That she's like, if I talk to him, then, you know, that he'll apologize and he'll tell me some fake story about what happened, and it's all washed off and everything is fine, clean slate. Mm-hmm. So irritating. Yeah. And then the other couple that I am just so sick of hearing about is Darcy and Tom. They're not even together. Like, what is she doing on this episode?
But
like,
I love Darcy.
I love Darcy too, like as a person. I love
like
Darcy.
The best trash TV. Like,
absolutely.
She's so good. The crying, like the ugly crying.
I don't need love. He always has these faces like,
yeah. I don't just like I can't even do it. It's just so ridiculous. But she's like big,
saline, and tan. Everything about her is
and
just
like the blonde extensions. Oh my god, Darcy.
But I don't understand why she's on this season, because
I don't really understand
anywhere.
Right. No,
you know, her and Tom are broken up. He comes over to like tell her like, I wrote you a letter and I want to break up with you in this letter instead, so you'll hear me out. And I was so happy when she just like tore that letter up, or her sister, Stacy did. She tore the letter up, and I was like, bitch, yes. Like,
oh, okay. So to backtrack for those who may not know, Darcy is a 90-day regular. So I
think this is like her third season.
Yeah, her third season. Yeah. So I think she started before the 90 days with Jessie. Yeah. Where she went to Sweden.
Yeah.
To meet her 24-year-old boyfriend. Darcy's in her 40s. She's divorced. She has 2 really cute kids. But so she goes to meet her boyfriend in Sweden, Jessie. It is a hot mess. He's
like a trash. He is a piece of trash.
He's the ultimate like gaslighter. Like, I'm not crazy, you're crazy, but he's totally crazy. So then after that whole relationship is over with, she started dating this guy Tom, who like portrays himself as like a jet setter kind of. Like, you think he's like really good looking or something like that?
He's like the gentleman of gentlemen. Like, he is all about like, just sweet talking. He seems like he's very like well versed and he's very worldly and stuff, and then he's also a dick. So
But he's also like, I was just in Milan.
right.
We're like,
Exactly. And okay,
and he wears really good scarves.
in his defense, Darcy herself is a fucking mess. And he like gets involved with her knowing that she's like, I don't give a fuck how long we've been dating, marry me.
Yeah,
You
I want
know?
a ring immediately.
Very, very, very like, yeah, she's asking for a ring the entire time. He's like, we only just met, and you know, like, let's get to know each other and stuff. And she's just like, give me the fucking ring. She goes and tries on fucking wedding dresses. Come on.
That was so good.
He
Do you
clearly is like not trying to though.
Do you follow her Instagram account?
I do not. I should though.
Oh, it is a treasure. The photoshopping is so good in the worst possible way. So anyways, Darcy and Tom this season, not even exactly sure why they're on this season. He flies to Connecticut where Darcy lives, basically to tell her it's over, which is what Jessie did to her before.
Right. And she even said to him, she was like, don't fly all the way out here just to break up with me. Just do it right now. And he's like, no.
Yeah.
And then
no, I want to
breaks up
see
with
you.
her, like,
and then,
immediately.
Yeah. And then it's like, have you gained weight? Have you put on weight?
Oh my God. I wanted to reach out and slap him. I was like, why would you even ask that? What a fucking dick. Like,
because he's the worst.
He is the worst.
So when he shows up to Connecticut, basically, he's not only there to break up with her, but to tell her that he's moved on and he's in love with somebody who will give him the love that he wants.
Yeah.
And Darcy is just not having any of it, which good for you, girl. Finally.
Yeah. I'm all down for that because I think that if it was Jessie, she probably would have gone through anything for that guy. And he was a total dick. Don't like Jessie. I'm not a Jessie fan.
No.
And he actually is another 90 Day Fiancé spinoff thing called What Now? And I just hate him so much, but I can't stop watching. It's like,
I know, because now he's doing like lectures to senior citizens in nursing homes.
Right.
And it's so funny.
And he's not even that cute.
No,
like,
he's awful.
Dude, you're not even that attractive.
No. But he thinks he is.
He does.
All right.
Okay, so let's move on to, what do you want to do? You want to do Varya and Jeff?
Sure.
Okay. So Varya and Jeff, give us a little synopsis.
Okay, so Jeffrey, is it Joff? Joffrey?
Joff.
He's 41. He's from Knoxville, Tennessee. When we first see him, he's like a country boy, like handyman. He's supposedly like a landlord of a bunch of like rental properties in Knoxville. He like admits right off the bat that he's like a bad boy, or that he was when he was younger. He said he was like married a few times. He has 3 kids from 2 different marriages, 2 older boys and then 1 younger boy. And then we find out like his sad story, which is that one of his kids passed away about a year ago, a baby. So he talks about having like trust issues from failed marriages. He met Varya on an international dating site. She is 30 years old and from Russia. She's super pretty.
She's so pretty.
Yeah, I really
she's like a radio personality, I think.
Yeah, she's a radio personality. And yeah, and so he's going out to meet her in Russia.
Right. And so basically with their story, the thing that I want to talk about the most is this recent episode where he finally pops the question. Their entire first interaction was extremely awkward. They like were not really like talking to each other. They weren't really touching each other. It was very, very weird. And then finally they kind of like relax around each other. They're having a good time. And at the very end, he pops the question, asks her to marry him, and she says, not right now, which the way that he responded to that, I was like, you are the worst. Like, you're literally the worst.
Oh yeah, no, he is the worst. But I think like even before you get to that point, you have to talk about like his interactions with her friends.
Yeah.
Yelling at her at a table with her friends. And then when he meets her mom and he comes clean about like his criminal past, the
He's been
mom
to-
is like, run. She's like, do not go to America with this guy.
Basically, everyone that she knows is like, don't do this.
Right.
You know?
Like he's
Like,
awful.
the red flags are everywhere, and
Yeah.
she's just like missing every single one of them. And you can tell that she really likes him, and I think that he really likes her, obviously. But it's like, what, I don't understand what they aren't seeing when this entire thing is happening, you know?
Yeah.
Go
So
ahead.
his criminal past was he had done prison time for selling drugs. But then also, which TLC does not tell us, but is revealed online on Reddit and like several other news sites, is that he is pending charges for a domestic violence issue with his ex-girlfriend. So he's not really seeming like a good person.
Yeah, generally speaking, he doesn't really seem like somebody that you would want your daughter hanging out with.
Not at all. And I think really I think that's why she said no.
Yeah. No,
I
I
mean-
agree. And, you know, she even said, like, it's a little bit, she was saying that, you know, it's a lot to take in, and she's learning all of this stuff right before he asked her to marry him. And it's like, if I was just learning all of that, I wouldn't be jumping into getting engaged and stuff. Like, maybe have some more time together, come back and visit again, have her visit sometime, you know, like, you don't have to get engaged immediately after you meet somebody that you've been talking to for a while.
Right. And the thing is he just basically ended it after the fact that she said no. And my opinion is that if you love somebody and they're like, not yet,
Right.
you're going to wait for that person.
She wasn't even like, no. Like,
No, she didn't even
literally
say
was
no.
just like,
I know.
it's
And
cool.
and he kept saying, so that's basically a no. So that's
Yeah.
basically a no. I'm like,
That's what pissed me off, is
dude,
that they were
bye.
driving, they drive back to like drop him off at the airport, and he's just like, why would I come back here again? Because she's like, oh, we can go to the nightclub the next time you come. And he's like, why would I come back here again? You said no to me. It's like, dude, you're being such a little baby about her saying not right now.
Right.
Like,
And like
chill.
and you're expecting her to like uproot her entire life, come to America, and she doesn't even, she's just still getting to know you.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of the actual 90-day fiancés that we see where they're actually back in America together as a couple, they have visited each other a few times.
Right.
So he's just a turd.
Yeah, I don't like him at all. He always is like giving her a hard time. He's always being like super like down on her and stuff. And then even when she like ran, she drops him off at the airport, and she's like, I don't know what to do because he keeps saying this is it. And so she runs back inside, and she's like hugging him like, I love you and I don't want you to go. And he's like, yeah, I just don't think we're on the same page, so we're done. And it's like, that's how you're gonna leave her? Like, you're not even gonna like talk to her about what's going on, or be like,
Right,
you know,
like clearly you don't care about her.
right, you never loved her to begin with if that's how you're gonna
Right.
treat her.
Yeah, for sure. I love also, just have to mention, like TLC, they're great like airport moments, like the big like running back to the
Run
gate.
back inside.
Like every season has one. Every season does not fail.
I do love that. I love that stuff. All right, let's move on. We'll do
Okay.
Avery and Ash.
Oh gosh.
I've
See,
got a lot to say about that.
for me, this is the most intriguing couple.
Agree.
Because they're matched intellectually, they're matched physically. They're both divorcees, they both have kids. Like, to me, this couple makes the most sense.
Right. I thought that they were gonna work out.
Yeah, for sure. But
At
oh
first.
my God, the craziness that has unfolded between them is so intriguing to me. Like, Wow. Okay. So real quick background. Avery is 32. She's from Seattle. She's a chef that uses cannabis in her recipes.
Which I love. Super
Yeah,
cute.
she's big on Instagram, and that's actually how he found her and started messaging her, was through Instagram. She has a 10-year-old from a previous first marriage, and she has a 2-year-old from a last relationship that didn't work out. Ash is 38 and from Melbourne, Australia. He is a relationship coach helping women find Mr. Right. And that is literally from the episode. So don't quote me on that.
I hate him.
It was Ash. Oh my God. He's the worst. He's not the worst because all of the guys suck on this 90-Day Fiance. Like,
Yeah, every single couple I don't think should be together.
there's not
sure.
like a single one that I'm rooting for, which is
No.
just so crazy because like usually there's one that you're like,
Yeah.
all right, we like.
There's
you,
usually
you're
one
real.
couple that I'm like, they're totally gonna work out. They actually care about each other. It's gonna, I mean, they still have their like baggage and all the trash and garbage that come with it. But they also, I think that every season, the people that they choose, they usually have something where it's like, you have to have something that you haven't told this person that you need to get off your chest. So, they always have like some element of like, there's this big thing that's going to happen,
Right.
and some big secret. And this season, I'm just like, there's nobody that I actually care about ever. Like, I would be disappointed if they did work out. Like, that's for sure. I would be really disappointed if every single one of these couples worked out.
Right. So Avery and Ash seem to have like a good chemistry in the beginning, and the weird thing about him from the beginning is he always, since he's like a relationship coach and he works with women, not only is he constantly getting an influx of messages from women on his phone, which makes Avery suspicious, rightfully so.
Right.
But he knows how to talk to women in a weird way. Like, so when he's like talking to Avery or they ever get in any kind of fight, he just like knows the right thing to say.
Right.
Like to just like talk her right down and like kind of manipulate her in a sense.
But his seminar proved that was a lie.
Oh my God. Can we just talk about his seminar? Okay, so Avery, as she's visiting Ash in Australia, goes to one of Ash's seminars that he holds for women as a relationship coach. And I am like speechless right now thinking about it. Like, so there's probably like 15 women in the audience. Avery's sitting there watching him. And he gets up there and basically starts talking about how women's brains are not logical.
Right. He said that when women think about something, it becomes a big issue, where with men, they're more logical. And it's like, you can see like the cringe on every one of the girls. It's so bad. They're all sitting there like, what? He's saying like, women are dumb and men are, smart, and women are meant to be seen and not heard, and men like the ones that are like,
and women are so emotional. That's what he said. So it was basically like, men are from Mars, women are from Venus, and they're so different, and blah, 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 blah. He was saying this with a straight face. Like, he was saying this like for real. So he ends up getting flustered because some of the women start questioning him.
Right.
He gets flustered. He can't even finish his seminar. He has to go calm down because obviously women are more emotional, but he can't make it through a seminar without being questioned. So, and then he comes back out and he doubles down on all of his sexist bullshit. And after that, Avery was like, are these things that you really believe? Because if they are, like, we have an issue.
Yeah.
Like, we do not see gender roles the same. We don't see and I don't know, to me, and when I'm in a relationship, like, that stuff really matters. Like, maybe some people can overlook those differences, but I'm like, if that is something you really believe, that's a problem. That is a problem.
I agree.
And Ash ends up getting, super defensive, calls her heartless. He doesn't want to talk about it. He can't even engage in an adult argument about it. It becomes super awkward, so awkward to the point that when they're traveling to go meet his son and his ex-wife, they end up staying in 2 separate hotels. Because Avery is like, I don't
want to be around you.
Right. Like, I just need time to process what I just witnessed and what our fight was just about. So this last episode, we see Avery meet Taj, who is Ash's son, who's like 10 years old, and his ex-wife. Avery goes and grabs a glass of wine with Ash's ex-wife, and some more secrets are revealed.
Well, it's like he keeps on saying, oh yeah, it's cool if I move to America with Taj. And it's like, how likely is it that this woman who has custody of this child is going to be like, yeah, just take the kid to the other side of the world. Yeah, just do that. Like,
yeah, and that's what he has kept telling Avery is like,
over and over.
My ex-wife is fine with it. He can come to America, like blah, 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 blah. And so when they go get wine, it's obviously revealed that she's not as cool with it as he has said she was. And also the other big thing was she just found out that they were only divorced a year ago.
Right. And he said that they were not for a long time.
Right. And so she was like, well, we were separated a long time ago, but it wasn't until a year ago that we got divorced. And this blew Avery's mind, because I guess that was another thing he had been lying to her about.
For me, I'm kind of like, meh, that doesn't really bother me. Like, if they've been separated, then what's the difference? I don't really care. But I
mean, I guess it's just the fact that it was a lie.
Worse, then that's a totally different thing. Like, don't lie to me. Just say that you're separated and that you're in the middle of a divorce.
Right. Like, just tell me the truth.
Right. Just say the truth. Like, I'm not going to be mad if you're separated and you're not with this woman anymore. It shouldn't be an issue that you tell me that,
But I think that goes back to his wanting to tell her what she wants to hear.
Right. And it's his relationship coaching.
Right. And
he's just like, whatever.
Sugarcoats things and lies about things. And
we're going to power through a couple of these because we still want to get to the other topics that we have. But Rose and Big Ed is another one that I'm like, yes, girl, you are a queen and you need to know that. And I'm so proud of that. So go ahead, give us a synopsis and then we'll talk about it.
So Big Ed, who gave himself that name, and then also goes on to explain, it's funny because I'm not tall. I'm like, it's not a funny joke if you have to explain it.
It's not funny, yeah.
Anyways, he's a photographer from San Diego. He's in his 50s. He was married 28 years ago, but has not had a relationship since. He has a daughter who's in her 20s, and he's talking to Rosemary, who's 23. She's from the Philippines, and she has a 7-year-old son named Prince.
Prince.
Yes.
I love that name.
So cute.
Okay, so
it's very Michael Jackson.
In this household, we refer to Big Ed as the thumb because that's what he looks like. He just looks like a giant thumb. He has no neck, nothing. He's just a thumb.
All right, Lauren, we're not commenting on his appearance.
Oh, I am. I'm commenting on his appearance. You don't have to, but I am. I'm commenting on his appearance. Just like how Ash has giant bug eyes and it bothers the shit out of me.
So apparently, so that's a point of contention because Big Ed has lied about his appearance to Rose.
Yeah.
When he shows up in the Philippines, he said that he was 5'6", and he's
5'4".
No, he's 4'8".
4'8"?
Yeah, he's a whole foot shorter than what he told her.
I love it.
So he lied about that. Then he what was the first insulting thing he did? Oh, asked her to take an STD test. at a restaurant. She got
And he's not the
super
first
pissed off
cast
about
member
that.
to do that, because before the 90 days, or the other way, one season, there was a guy that asked his girlfriend to
Pauline Carini.
Yeah. He asked her to take a STD test. And it was
She's
like
pregnant with baby number 2.
I know, crazy.
So funny.
So Rose, though, she's constantly being like treated like shit by this guy.
Constantly.
Constantly.
So not only that, so like the STD test was one thing. The other thing was he asked her to shave her legs.
Yeah. That cracks me up.
Dude.
Like, come on, dude. Like, it's cultural differences and
right,
stuff.
you have
like,
no shame. Like, right, cultural differences. And maybe this is something you should have like looked into before you went to the Philippines. Like, what are cultural differences, like as far as hygiene or as far as like anything? Like,
he also gives her the manager sandwich, which is like one good thing, one bad thing, one good thing. And he he like gives her like a new teddy or something like that. And she's like, oh no, it's a bathing suit. She gets a new bathing suit.
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, it's so cute. I can't wait for you to wear it. And then he hands her a toothbrush and
toothpaste
mouthwash
and Listerine.
toothpaste. And he's just like, your breath isn't so pretty. Like, what? Like, you're actually
so bad. Oh my God, I feel so bad. Like, can you imagine? I would like punch.
I would be so embarrassed. And then it turns out that she has a health issue
that is ulcers that cause the bad breath.
Right.
But it is so awkward. It's so awkward.
You feel so bad for her the entire time. You can just see that she's like having a hard time with it. He's just
treating her like just the biggest piece of shit. And so then the final thing was what he had to tell her is that he doesn't want to have any more kids.
Right.
And she has made it abundantly clear. Before he even, like while they were dating, before he even went to the Philippines, that she wants more children. And he doesn't want more kids. He wants to get snipped. And he tells her this, and that is like the straw that breaks the camel's back. And she's like, you've lied to me. You treat me like shit. Like, you hurt me constantly. This was this past episode, and I was just like, yes.
Yes. She leaves.
Yes, she leaves
him. And I was so happy that she did. I was like, girl, pack your bags, grab that Listerine.
Oh my God. She's so much better than that. And he's so gross, and he's so just
and she's pretty. Like, she can probably find another guy.
Cute. Oh yeah,
sure.
Actually, like, spoiler alert, if you don't want to hear this, skip ahead like 5 seconds. But she apparently is dating somebody else at this point. So.
Good. Thank God. Seriously, she deserves so much better.
All right, let's move on to the last couple. We have baby girl
we have 2 more.
Lisa. We have 2 more?
Yep, we have Stephanie and Erica and baby love Lisa.
We're not going to get through all this. Okay,
no,
so
we will. We're making it quick.
Let's do baby girl Lisa and Usman. I wrote, oh God. Season opens.
Sums it up.
Season opens with her waxing her lady bits.
Gross.
So she's she's 52 years old. She's talking to Usman from Nigeria. She's been talking to him for 2 years. She gives me major Angela and Michael vibes. Michael.
She's got the like bleach blonde hair and the smoker's voice.
Yeah.
Like
yeah. She divorced 4 years ago. She has a 15-year-old daughter. She's a hospice caregiver. Usman is 30. His rap name, Soulja Boy, which he definitely probably should have researched before coming up with that rap name. He's listed as a musician / rapper on Instagram. He wrote a song for her. Oh my God. Highly auto-tuned. I'll be there for you, girl. I'll be there for you, girl. I'll pray for you, girl. But all auto-tuned. states from the get-go that she's jealous of his female followers. So we already see that in the works from the very first episode, that she is highly jealous. I don't know what she thinks is going to happen if he came here and tried to pursue a rap career. Like, you're going to have female followers. That's what you depend on.
That's a thing.
Right.
Like, you're gonna have to get over that. Baby
So-
love, Lisa.
This was really funny. So in the first episode, her friend was with her when she was getting waxed, and her friend was like, "What if the sex is whack?" And baby girl Lisa has a secret sex weapon. She says, "No condom," because he's never experienced sex without a condom, and
That's her secret weapon.
And she's had him tested for AIDS.
Oh, perfect.
And I wrote,
Selling point.
"Oh my fucking God."
I love it.
Dude.
I actually think they're pretty entertaining. I like their storyline. I enjoy watching it. She's a hot mess. He's a hot mess. She's super jealous. I think that's hilarious because she knows what he does for a living. She makes his producer take out the videos of the girl that they used for his music video because it should be her in it. And mind you, he's like a young guy and she's like an overweight, like bleach blonde smoker, wrinkly woman.
She's nuts. She's nuts. And like, the thing is like, I'm just like, I don't know if it's like one of those scammer situations, because I mean, she talked about that herself. Like, Nigeria is known for having like these Yahoo boys, they call them, where their like sole intention is to like scam American women. Or is it a situation where it's like Michael, where he's like really in love with the woman from America who you would not expect him to be in love with? I don't know. That's yet to be seen. They got his mom's blessing to get married, which was like a big deal because she had like never even met a white person before, baby girl Lisa. So that was like a big deal. So yeah, that's
baby love Lisa.
Yeah, but she signs
I know
her name.
She goes by baby girl, but I'm saying like in the song it's baby love.
Oh yeah, baby love. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, she signs her name, baby girl, BGL, baby girl Lisa. All right, let's move on to this last one.
Okay, Stephanie and Erica.
Yeah, I literally wrote nothing about them. So Stephanie is the one from the United States. She's like a YouTube / like Instagram influencer or something. And she's going to meet her girlfriend, Erica, in Australia, which I do have to say this is pretty cool because it's the first time TLC has ever had like an LGBTQ couple on it.
They're both super pretty.
I hope to see more of them in the future, but yeah, they're both super pretty. They're super cute. They're bubbly. They're just not meant to be together. No. They're both in their 20s. They both identify as bisexual. And at the beginning of the season, neither of them had come out to their parents to tell them that they were bisexual and that they were dating.
Yeah, they're just friends, quote unquote.
Yeah, the same sex. So Stephanie goes to Australia to meet Erica. Right off the bat, there's issues. She's super jealous of Erica's life style. I think Erica is just way more like outgoing. She's super social. She has a lot of friends. We find out that she's hooked up with a lot of her friends in the past. And this is like a really sore subject for Stephanie. Stephanie's very jealous. She seems very controlling. She seems like she can almost buy Erica's affection with like all the gifts she brought for her.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. They're just kind of meh to me. Their storyline's not super interesting.
I like them. I think that they're like a good couple, but at the same time I have an issue with them because it seems like Stephanie has some like anger issues.
She
And
definitely has some like control issues.
right.
That
And
are like
she,
major red
accuses
flags.
her of like constantly lying and stuff.
Yeah.
She's like always saying this stuff like about how she was traumatized about some things when she was younger. But as soon as Erica in this past episode brings up that she was dating a girl on and off for about 10 years and the girl never came out to her parents, and she mentions that she's worried about that happening and being a secret her entire life, and Stephanie basically just blows up on her.
Oh my God, Stephanie like throw things and
yeah,
tells
she
her,
like throws shit. I'm
Yeah.
like, no, you can't do that.
yeah, and she tells her to get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. So
That brings us basically up to date for 90 Day Fiance, which we have one more episode, and then there is a reunion show that airs the week after, which we will obviously talk about all those things. So keep watching with us.
So yeah, absolutely. TLC Sundays at 9, or otherwise, obviously, you can find it on demand or a million other places. But if you want to watch next week's episode, we'll be talking about it next week after it airs. And then the final thing that we wanted to talk about was Dead to Me, which
Love it.
Love it. Oh my God, it's so good. So it's a series on Netflix with Christina Applegate.
Who's like my forever crush.
Dude,
I love
she's
that woman.
So
good.
She's so good.
Amazing actress.
God, such a good actress. And like you forget she's like a good actress. She's so hot too.
You always want to remember her as Kelly.
I know.
Kelly Bundy.
Forever as Kelly
That's
Bundy.
totally fine by me. And she was hot in that too. But she's still super attractive, super amazing actress. Love that bitch. Go ahead.
Yeah, and so Dead to Me just came out with season 2 on Netflix. So what we want to do is just do like a really brief recap of what happened in season 1, and then next week we'll be going over the first 2 episodes of season 2.
Yes.
So, Dead to Me, let's talk.
Okay. What do you want to give a little synopsis or?
My God, there's so much that happens. I don't
There's
even know
so
how
much
to
that happens.
Okay,
It's a lot.
So, synopsis: Christina Applegate's character, her name is Jen. The first time we see her, she's grieving the death of her husband that just happened. Her husband's name was Ted. He was hit by a driver, but it was a hit and run. So there's been like no closure for the family, really. She has 2 sons. She's a real estate agent. We see her like in the first episode go to like a grief, like a dealing with grief circle that's like run through the church. And when she's getting coffee, this woman comes up to her, and you think that she's there for like the grief thing. Her name is Judy, and she like tries to befriend Jen immediately. They do eventually become friends. Oh, Jen's story off the bat is that she's there because her boyfriend had passed away 2 months before, or her fiance had passed away 2 months before. So at first you just think like Jen and Judy, they're sharing their grief together. They're going to be such good girlfriends, blah, 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 blah. Well, what ends up happening is that we find out that Judy's boyfriend is actually alive. He's alive and well, and she's not grieving the death of her boyfriend. His name is Steve. Jen finds this out because she goes to look for Judy one night to show up at her house just to have some drinks with her, and Steve answers the door. Her ex-boyfriend answers the door. So from there we find out that Judy is actually grieving in a way because she's been having miscarriage after miscarriage after miscarriage.
And she wants nothing more than to have a baby.
Right. She wants to have a baby. So let's see, where does it go from there in season 1?
I mean, just like generally speaking, basically we find out that she happened to be in the car that hit Ted.
Oh yeah, that's a big one. She happened to be the driver that hit Jen's husband. Judy is the driver that hit Jen's husband. Yes, that's a big
And they
one.
become friends because she feels very guilty and she wants to kind of like help this woman get over this entire process, and she wants to be there. She feels very guilty about the entire thing. We're going to skip a lot of stuff just because, you know, you should watch it yourself, and it's just a general synopsis of everything that's happening. But season 2 has just dropped, so we are very excited to start watching that. I've been like holding out to try and watch it. So
yeah, it's really good. There's like some really deep storylines that happen with like Steve and everything. But like what I can say about like the general feel of the show is that it's like definitely dark comedy, but then also like super relatable topics. Like when you see Jen going through grief, like in the beginning, you're like, yes, that's all real. You feel all those things. You feel rage, you feel anger, you feel sadness. So it's like a very, like if you've lost somebody, this show could be triggering. If you
Right.
lost them recently, I just warning you, it deals a lot with that. But it's just really good. It's really well written. It's really well produced.
apparently Will Ferrell is like one of the executive producers.
Yeah, yeah.
Which I love Will Ferrell. We all know that.
Oh yeah, Will Ferrell's the man. But and the girl who plays Judy, I'm blanking on her name. Her name is like Linda something. That's the actress. But she does a great job. And they just have like her and Christine Applegate just have like really good chemistry, and you're just
Agreed.
like rooting for them to be friends, and you want them to be, you want everything to be okay for these characters. So it's
One
like,
thing that I love about Christina Applegate is that her character is very, very strong. Like she is very
yeah.
strong-willed.
yeah,
She is very dominant
Yes.
and like takes over a situation very quickly.
Yes.
And she is just an amazing actress, honestly. Like the parts where she's crying and the parts where she's very angry and the parts where she's very, you know, soft when she does have that soft moment. She is just very versatile. You know, I think you and I had the same kind of conversation when we were watching the first season of Handmaid's Tale.
Oh, yeah.
We both thought that, you know, what's her name? Elizabeth Moss. She is a really amazing actress. Christina Applegate, I'm like, I live for her. I think that she is so good at doing what she does, and I know that she's going to be like, and this show, it's like I hope it goes on forever.
Oh my God, I was just gonna say, I hope
written.
they pick up another season because it's so
Absolutely.
good.
It's
Like,
so well written.
I haven't even finished season 2, but I'm already hoping like there's gonna be a season 3 because
oh yeah,
her character is just so good. Like you said, like she's just so versatile. Like she plays a great mom, but she also plays like that really angry, like you just understand her, like you just feel her.
One thing I love about her character is that during the time that she is grieving, her way of getting rid of her anger is to listen to like the hardcore metal.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because she'll like listen to it and you're like, oh damn, yeah, she's getting down on this. And she just sobs the entire time.
Yeah. Or
she's
like
just
when
sobbing in her car.
When she like takes out the golf club and just goes like crazy.
On that guy's car.
Oh my
just
God,
because she thought that it was the car that possibly hit her husband. So it's like you can understand why, like that
rage.
Rage that she feels and how she wants to like go over there and just fucking beat the shit out of this car.
Yeah.
And she's going around trying to find the person that killed her husband. And you can like, you feel for her, you know how what she's going through and what she's feeling, and you feel it too.
Yeah, but
you know,
then
she's such a good actress.
The fucked up part is all along it was Judy.
Right. And Judy's her best friend living with her.
The girl who's living in her house with her. She is the one that killed her husband. Like, whoa, mind blowing. It was so good. It's so good.
If you haven't watched it, please watch it. It is so good. Oh my God.
We left out so many good parts that we did not spoil it for you because there's so much that happens that is like,
there's so much more. The story is so in depth. Every episode leaves you going like, oh my God, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Every episode is something that you did not see coming. It's amazing. I love that show so
I do
much.
too.
So next week, just for everyone, if you want to follow along with us, if you want to watch with us, we are going to be watching the first 2 episodes of season 2, Dead to Me. And then obviously the next episode of 90 Day Fiancé. We'll add in a couple more shows as they start airing and everything. Like there's going to be another season of 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way. They have a couple other ones that they're starting right now. 90 Day Fiancé, What Now? 90 Day Fiancé, Self-Quarantined. We also watch a lot of like Love After Lockup. And if you watch a show that we are not talking about and you're like, guys, you need to watch this show. It's either trending or it's trashy as fuck because we love mess. Comment, send it to us. We will start watching it. We'll start talking about it. We love new stuff.
Absolutely. Keep it
I'm
trashy.
super excited to like talk.
I'm already all over all the Bravo shows, so don't tell me to watch those because I already watch every single one. But if there's something that you would like us to recap or talk about, like definitely feel free to tell us in the comments because we're open to suggestions. We're not trying to just keep this about 90
Day Fiancé.
No, we're opening it up. We will definitely be talking about Love After Lockup as soon as that new season hits because that is my favorite. That is the jam.
I love mess. I love it.
I love trash.
Trash. We're trash pandas. We love it.
We own it.
And the other thing too, just really quickly before we start wrapping everything up completely, we will be like, you know, as shows start trending, we'll get onto those, especially if it's like a documentary, true crime documentary. Her and I both love those. We'll watch it and we'll dedicate an episode to that one thing. Yeah. We're not going to do it in multiple episodes. We'll just dedicate one episode to it. And, you know, so if you see something that you're like, yes, this is the trash that they want to watch, we want to hear about it.
Yes.
I'll be starting a Facebook, so look for that. And you know, keep on watching with us. Keep watching stuff. Keep looking at trash. Keep garbage personing with us too. So
keep picking through that dumpster with us. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. Yeah. And come back again. It's only going to get better.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.